Your person does not want to let go of you. Despite everything that may have happened between you, deep down, they are still holding on to the hope of a future together. They truly want to be with you, and they're finally stepping into a place where they're ready to take full responsibility for the relationship and everything that comes with it. In their heart, they have never stopped loving you. In fact, they love you in the same way that you've loved them, wholeheartedly and passionately. The connection between you is powerful, magnetic, and deeply mutual, even if it hasn't always been expressed in the ways you deserved. However, because of their past trauma and emotional scars, expressing love hasn't always come easily for them. They've built walls over time, walls shaped by disappointments, rejection, and fear, and those barriers have made it difficult for them to show affection in soft, vulnerable ways. Their inability to communicate their feelings gently doesn't mean those feelings aren't there. In fact, they feel so much more than they let on. Even today, they carry a heavy fear of abandonment. This fear often paralyzes them, preventing them from reaching out the way they want to. And now that you've pulled away, whether through silence, distance, or emotional withdrawal, it's hitting them harder than they expected. They're missing you more than words can express. They long for your energy, your presence, and especially the lightness you bring into their life. They miss the playfulness you used to share, the innocent joy, the laughter, the comfort of just being around each other. You had a way of making them feel young at heart, alive, and emotionally safe, like they could finally be themselves without fear of judgment. Now, in your absence, there's a hollow space where your warmth used to be, and it's becoming painfully clear to them just how much that meant. In the past, they weren't ready for any kind of serious commitment. They may have pulled away, avoided emotional depth, or simply failed to show up for you in the ways you needed. Back then, they couldn't fully see what they had. But now, after everything, they're waking up to the truth of your value in their life. They are beginning to understand the sacrifices you made, how often you put their needs before your own, how much emotional energy you invested to keep the relationship alive, and how deeply you loved them despite their own shortcomings. You were their emotional anchor, and they now see that they took that for granted. They are going through an incredibly rough and painful phase right now. Life without you is not the same. They're seeing with painful clarity how they once chose toxic environments, unhealthy patterns, and selfish influences over the one person who genuinely loved them. That realization is not just humbling, it's heartbreaking. They now see that they ignored the very thing their heart truly wanted in pursuit of temporary distractions and false comfort. And in doing so, they lost something irreplaceable, you. They are filled with regret, but also with a renewed sense of purpose. They don't want to dwell in the past anymore. What they want now is to rebuild, brick by brick, the connection they once had with you. They want to start over, not as the same person who hurt you, but as someone who has learned, grown, and evolved through the pain of losing you. They are yearning for a second chance, a real opportunity to show you the love and devotion they didn't know how to give before. Without you, they feel like a shadow of themselves. Your presence brought out the best in them, you made them feel seen, heard, and valued in a way no one else ever has. You made them feel like they were more than just their flaws or mistakes. With you, they felt like they belonged somewhere meaningful, like they had finally found a place in this world where their soul could rest. And now that you're not there, it's as if they've lost a part of themselves. They know this connection is rare. It's not just something ordinary or fleeting, it feels destined, divinely guided, and incredibly profound. No matter how far apart you may be right now, they feel you in their heart every single day. Your bond is still alive within them, growing stronger with every moment of reflection and longing. And while words may have failed in the past, their heart is now overflowing with things they want to say, truths they're ready to share, and love they're finally prepared to give. Above all else, they want you to know that you matter. You always have. And they are ready, truly ready, to step into the kind of love that honors you, respects you, and cherishes the connection you both were always meant to nurture. This time, they don't want to run. They want to stay, to rebuild, and to love you the way you always deserved to be loved. I never imagined I could feel this way about someone. It's astonishing how deeply a single person can leave an imprint on your life, how they can shape your emotions and leave a mark that time alone cannot erase. You did that to me. You left an imprint on my life like no one else ever has. And even after all this time, even after the distance and the silence, I still find myself weeping over the mistakes I've made. There's an ache in my chest that hasn't gone away, a constant reminder of what I had and what I lost. The truth is, I can't fully explain what happened. I've tried to make sense of it, to understand why I sabotaged the love we had. But even now, clarity escapes me. Was it my pride? Was I afraid of being vulnerable, of opening up completely? Or was I just being foolish, too blind to see the gift I was given? All I know for sure is that I'm left with a deep emptiness and an overwhelming sense of being lost. That love we shared, so pure, so real, was something rare, and instead of holding on to it, I let it slip through my fingers. Ending what we had was the biggest mistake of my life, by far. There's no decision I regret more. I lied to myself every step of the way, convincing myself that what we had couldn't be real. I told myself it was too good to be true, that something so beautiful would never last. I doubted everything, our connection, your love for me, and worst of all, my ability to love you the way you deserved. I was wrong, so deeply wrong. I doubted myself in ways that went beyond our relationship. I felt unworthy of you, as if I wasn't good enough to be loved by someone like you. I believed you deserved someone stronger, someone more emotionally stable, someone better than me. I had convinced myself that true love didn't exist for me, that I was meant to be alone. So when you came into my life, when you offered me the kind of love I thought only existed in dreams, I couldn't accept it. I didn't know how. I questioned it, and eventually, I rejected it. Rejecting you was not just a mistake, it was a tragedy, and I take full accountability for it. It wasn't about you. It was never about anything you did wrong. It was all me. I want you to know that. You were everything I ever wanted in a partner. You were kind, patient, compassionate, and loving. In my eyes, you were, and still are, perfect. You exceeded every expectation I had for what love could be. And that's why I'm so miserable now. That's why I can't even look at myself in the mirror without feeling ashamed. I broke your heart, and in doing so, I broke a part of myself too. What haunts me most is that I pursued you. I chased after you with words and promises. I told you I wanted you, that I needed you, that I was ready for you. And then, when you let your guard down, when you trusted me, I offered you something temporary. I offered you uncertainty when what you needed was commitment. I told myself I was protecting you from future pain, but in reality, I was just protecting myself. And the truth is, I fell for you. I fell hard. You changed my life in ways I never expected. Your love softened parts of me I thought were permanently hardened. You showed me that I was capable of love, that I could give and receive it. And still, I let fear win. I never intended to hurt you. That was never my goal. If anything, I wanted to shield you from the mess inside me. But in doing so, I became the source of your pain. I became the person who hurt someone they deeply cared for, and that's something I will carry with me for the rest of my life. There's no excuse for the way I handled things, no justification that could make the heartbreak go away. But if I could go back and change it, I would, without hesitation. Now, all I'm left with is memories. Memories of your smile, your voice, your laughter, memories of a love that felt like home. And though I'm the one who walked away, please know that not a single day passes without the weight of this regret pressing down on me. I miss you in ways words can't fully capture. I miss the way you made me feel seen, understood, and loved. If nothing else, I want you to know that you were never the problem. You were the blessing I couldn't accept, the light I turned away from. And for that, I am deeply sorry. I hope one day you find a love that embraces every part of you, that sees your worth clearly and never lets you go. You deserve nothing less. As for me, I will continue to live with the lessons your love taught me, and the ache of losing something truly beautiful. This message is specifically for those who find themselves in a period of no contact with their partner. If you're wondering why there has been silence between you and the one you love, it's not because they no longer care. In fact, the truth is quite the opposite. The distance stems from a deep internal struggle your partner is currently facing. They are not content with where they are in life, and this dissatisfaction has caused them to withdraw and reflect. Right now, they're dealing with a lot of emotional uncertainty, not just about their own direction, but also about how you feel about them. Because your energy is so focused on your personal growth, healing, and self-empowerment, they are unsure whether there's still space in your life for them. Your partner sees that you've stepped into your power. They recognize how much you've grown and how resilient you've become. You carry yourself with grace, dignity, and self-respect. They admire your strength and independence. You're not the type of woman to settle for less than what you deserve, and they know that. You've made it clear, whether through words or actions, that you won't remain in a relationship or situation that lacks mutual respect. Love alone isn't enough for you, it has to be built on a foundation of trust, honor, and appreciation. Your partner understands that you value respect more than just emotional attachment. And deep down, they realize that this is what creates lasting, meaningful partnerships. This awareness has created a complex mix of emotions within them. On one hand, they feel a deep longing and desire for you. On the other, they feel insecure and uncertain about their own worth. Your achievements, your progress, and your ability to rise above challenges have stirred feelings of inadequacy in them. Rather than feeling inspired by your success, they have, at times, felt overshadowed by it. This has led to internal conflict, jealousy, fear, and vulnerability they never expected to face so intensely. They are now being called to work through these emotions, to face their shadow self, the part of them that is ruled by fear, ego, and old patterns. The universe, or their inner guidance, is pushing them toward deep emotional healing. This is not an easy journey for them. Shadow work is uncomfortable, raw, and revealing. It demands accountability and honesty, especially about the ways they've contributed to the disconnection between you two. But here's the truth, they are doing the work. There is no turning back for them now. They've started the process, and while they may not know exactly where it will lead, they know they can no longer ignore the areas in their life that require change. Their love for you is a guiding force. It's helping them stay committed to becoming someone worthy of standing beside you, not just emotionally, but spiritually and mentally as well. Despite the distance, their heart remains with you. The feelings they have for you haven't faded, if anything, they've intensified. They miss your presence, your warmth, and the way you made them feel understood and seen. Your partner longs for your affection, but more importantly, they want to be deserving of it. They don't want just any connection, they want you. They can't picture themselves with anyone else. In their eyes, you are irreplaceable. The bond they feel with you is not something they believe they could ever replicate with someone new. They are also beginning to release the past, whatever pain, guilt, or unresolved issues they once clung to. They are working hard to let go of the baggage that weighed them down, including their fears of vulnerability and unworthiness. This transformation is not about trying to win you back through empty promises or surface-level changes. It's about real growth. It's about becoming the kind of partner who can meet you at your level, in a relationship that is rooted in respect, love, and mutual admiration. You may not hear from them right away, and that's okay. Healing takes time. But know this, they are thinking about you. They are working on themselves not just for you, but because of the inspiration you've provided by choosing yourself. By focusing on your life and refusing to accept anything less than you deserve, you've unknowingly lit a fire within them. You've become the mirror that reflects both their deepest desires and the parts of themselves they must heal. When the time is right, you'll know if they've truly changed, if they're ready to offer you a partnership that matches your energy and honors your worth. Until then, keep doing what you're doing. Stay strong. Keep growing. And know that this period of separation is not the end. It may very well be the beginning of something more aligned, more powerful, and more lasting than anything either of you has experienced before.